So I'm just gonna wing this. Right now I'm working on a little watercolor painting of this cool picture of Union Square in New York that I found the other day online. It's like a super rainy nighttime scene. And watercolor is something that's super difficult. It's definitely, way less forgiving than doing acrylic or oils, because the second you put down any watercolor on the paper, like, it's very tough to change what you put down when after you initially get it on the page. But this was a fun piece to do. Still messing around and just working on developing, basic skills in painting. And I think I'm starting to get inspired to do some more specific art pieces that I'm like actually inspired to do. So not just finding a reference photo and doing a painting kind of as practice, but actually doing some pieces that as part of a series that I really want to do. And it's a series of both realistic and also stylized portraits of various spiritual figures. So, monks or nuns or, some of the great spiritual teachers over the years, Chogyam Trungpa, Ram Dass, Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche, Pema Chodron, even villagers in India in prayer, just devotional kind of paintings that are based off of subject matter that strikes me and that touches me and touches that part of, I think, all of us that yearns for the experience of feeling the presence of God. Whatever that is for you, whatever tradition you practice, whatever walk of life you're from. I think we all have had access to transcendent experiences in our lives, whether it's listening to a piece of music that touches you on such a deep level, where we're being in a concert or a show where there's that moment where there's no separation anymore between the audience and the performer. It's like there's just one thing going on. You lose concept of your ego, and people throughout history that have been able to embody those states to offer teachings to the rest of us to gain wisdom, artists, poets. I want to do a series of portraits of these people for two reasons. For number one, I think it's a great challenge of, some of my artistic ability right now in the very early stages as I'm working on these skills, but also it's a chance to, be intimately related with these people in an artistic way. Because there's something that happens when you're doing a painting, especially I find it of like a landscape or a portrait, where you really feel like you're kind of sucked in to whatever that scene that's happening, when you're engaged in actually painting the details of someone's face that you feel a certain affinity for, that you have an emotional reaction to, or a landscape that you feel emotionally connected to. There's something really intense and contemplative about doing that type of work and about engaging with the subject matter on that intimate of a level, where you're getting into the details of someone's eyes and someone's wrinkles on their face, where you're really engaging with the years and years of practice this person's done on themselves and on their life and connection with God, and you're just seeing this person on such an intimate level when you're painting them. So that, I think, is next up on the to-do list for me creative-wise. So I'm going to start kind of thinking about some people that stick out to me. And it's really not even about what that person taught per se, as much as it's about how present they are, what kind of presence they have, what their presence and their overall just spirit does to me, and how I feel about them and about life when I'm engaging with their teachings or their wisdom. So that's something I'm pretty excited about. And I just had that thought the other day. I was walking down the street and I was like, I want to paint some portraits, but I don't want to paint just random portraits. I want to have some significance behind what I'm doing. And I think it'll give the work a little bit of an interesting feel to it. And I actually feel even kind of weird calling it the work. That's like a very artistic expression. And I always want to make clear, I just started drawing, a couple months ago. I just started painting, maybe 2 months ago. and I'm so new to this, but it's something that I'm really passionate about and that I'm enjoying and loving my exploration of. So, I'm going to put up more content just really as a way to see my progress over the years. And, I just like talking about this stuff. I like talking about inspiration and life on like a deeper level, deeper meanings behind things, and just that spiritual transcendent quality that we have in this life here on this earth for this very short amount of time that we may be here. This, 90, 80, 70, sometimes even only 20, 30 years we're blessed to be present here in this form. So it's something I love talking about, and I want my art to reflect that. So anyway, this is my rant. This is a little piece that I did of Union Square with watercolors. Part of it kind of looks like a fifth grader did it. Like there's definitely a schoolyard or a school art class quality to this painting in particular. So it kind of makes me laugh a little bit, but I am happy with how it came out. I think I learned a lot of different areas I could improve upon, mostly in controlling water. That's what watercolor is really about, I'm finding, is how you control the flow of water, how you dilute the paint with the water, how diluted it is, how dark or strong the color is, all affects the finished product. So I want to keep practicing with that because I think aesthetically watercolors just look so cool. You can create such interesting effects with them. So that's it for me. See you guys in the next video.